All right, good morning, students. Today we're going to continue on solving systems of equation. But today we're going to be looking at solving systems of equation by elimination, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the problem. So my first problem that I have here, it says that 2x plus 3y is equals to 5, and I have 4x minus 3y is equals to 19, all right? So this is my original equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to box this. All right. So here, one of the first thing that we got to do is we got to make sure that we can try and eliminate one of these variables. All right. How we do that? Make sure that they're the same, but they're opposite. So when I look at this, I realize that 3x, all right, I realize that 3x, and I realize that, not 3x, 3y, sorry, they're both the same. The coefficients are the same, but opposite and y. So what I'm going to do is I can rewrite this equation here, which is 2x minus 3y is equals to 5, and I'm going to have 4x minus 3y is equals to 19. All right, so I'm going to add these two equations together. All right, I'm going to add these together. So when I add these together here, all right, when I add these together, what happens? I already know that my y is canceled because I have negative 3y and positive. So these cancel. So I'm now left with 6x is equals to 19. All right, so I got 19 and I got 5, which is 24. All right, so now we got to look. I need to get to x here. So what is the opposite of what they did? So they multiply. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. So the 6 is canceled here. So x is equals to 24 divided by 6, which is 4. All right. So I got x is equals to 4. So now I need to solve for y. How do I solve for y? So I already got the value of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back. So I'm going to take one of the original equation that's boxed. So I got 2x plus 3y is equals to 5. And wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with 4. All right, so this becomes 2 times 4 plus 3y is equals to 5. So I got 8 plus 3y is equals to 5. I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides. All right, subtract 8 on both sides. These cancel. So I now have 3y is equals to negative 3. So now I need to get y by itself. So I'm going to continue this. I'm going to continue this right here. All right. If you have space, you can continue down. So 3y is equals to negative 3. I'm going to divide by negative 3. That's the opposite of multiplication. All right. So when I divide here, I get y is equals to negative 1. All right. So again, remember, this is a system of equations. So I got to write my solution in the form of xy. So I got x and I got y. So in the form xy, so x is 4 and y is negative 1. All right. And now I can check to make sure that my answer is correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one equation from the original, which is 2x plus 3y is equals to 5. And wherever I see x and y, I'm going to add in these values. So it's going to be 2 times x is 4 plus 3 times y is negative 1 is equals to 5. So we have 8. 3 times negative 1 is minus 3 is equals to 5. We have 5 is equals to 5. So you can always check to verify your answer. And that's correct. So that's number 1. All right. And again, this is my solution here. So I go down to number 2, which is a little bit similar. All right. So again, I'm going to start off by, I'm going to box in my answer here. All right. So my original equation, I'm going to box this. So I look at both equations. I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest way, which variable can I eliminate here? All right. Which variable can I eliminate here? So I look, they both are negative 6y. They both are negative 6y, but I need one to be positive and one is negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have negative 7x minus 6y is equals to negative 5. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply this equation. I'm going to multiply this equation by negative. All right, it's like negative 1 or negative. All right, so when I multiply here, this changes here. So this becomes 7x. All right, how did I get 7x? Because I distribute here, and then I got to distribute here as well, and then I got to distribute over there. All right, so I'm multiplying by all three. So negative times negative to positive, and negative times. So this becomes 6y is equals to, what do we get? 5. All right, so now I'm going to add my second equation here, which is 2x minus 6y is equals to negative 14. So I changed the first one, right? Change the first one, and then I added the second one. All right, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these two equations together. As you see, they're lined up in terms of x and y. All right, so when I add in 7, this is going to give me 9x. I know these equations here cancel, or these terms cancel, negative and positive. All right, so I'm left with 5 plus negative 15 is going to give me what? Sorry, this is 14. This is 14, not 15. So 5 plus negative 14 is going to give me minus 9. So I need to get x by itself. So they multiply. So I'm going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I divide by 9 on both sides. So these cancel. So what do I have? X is equals to negative 1. All right. I got the value x is equals to negative 1. So now I can go back and solve for y. All right. So I'm going to take the second equation, which is I can take the first either equation. You can take either equation from the original. All right. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the first one. So I'm gonna take negative 7x minus 6y is equals to minus 5, and wherever I see x, I'm replacing it with negative 1. So it is negative 7 times negative 1 is minus 6y is equals to negative 5. Negative times a negative is a positive, so we have 7 minus 6y is equals to negative 5. So I need to get to the y. So the first thing I got to do is I got to subtract 7 on both sides. So when I subtract 7 on both sides, these cancel, negative 6y. So I have negative 6y is equals to negative 12. How do I get to y? I'm going to do the opposite of what they did. So they multiply. So I'm going to divide by negative 6 on both sides. Cancel. So y is equals to positive 2. So again, I have x and y. All right, so I got to write my solution. So I know that my solution got to be in the form. My solution got to be in the form of x, y. So I know that x is negative 1, and I know that y is positive 2. But I still want to make sure that I check to make sure my answer is correct. So I'm going to do my check, all right? So I'm going to take one equation, which is 2x minus 6y is equals to negative 14. So it's going to be 2 times negative 1 minus 6 times 2 is equals to negative 14. So we have 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus 6 times 2 is 12 is equals to negative 14. Negative 14 is equals to negative 14. Boom, that's correct. All right, again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. So now we're going to move on to the tougher problems. All right. Thank you. Bye.